Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Stellaris Console Edition video. I went out of town for about a week, so we have not checked in on the Haven Commonwealth in a little while. They are a mostly peaceful type of human. Unfortunately, their closest neighbor is the Derp Coalition, who are not peaceful. We got into a war with them, but managed to win by basically playing a defensive game, and they finally gave up. We have a colony that's being worked on out this way. The ship has landed. The colonists are busy constructing Starbucks and Burger Kings and Walmarts and things of that nature. This is not a very large world. It won't be very productive in terms of resources, and I'm sure the colonists will not be very happy here, but tough break. Just do your job and shut up. Meanwhile, I noticed that one of my science officers had reached a level 4 competence, so I was able to send them around and take care of some of these outstanding research projects that were kind of scattered around my space. There's still one that they can't do, but I'll be able to get at least some science out of this. They were assisting research here over Haven, but I stopped them from doing that and sent them to take care of these things. And hopefully that will be a benefit in the long run. Meanwhile, my construction ship is building a mining station, and they have already a bunch of other places queued up to build, but eventually I'm going to send them out and build another frontier outpost right around in here and bridge the gap between our space and our new colony out there. Speaking of colonies, I have a number of potentially habitable worlds that will need to be terraformed. Unfortunately, 2 of them are tomb worlds, which is the least habitable place. It's basically like a nuclear winter, high levels of radiation, sooty aerosols in the atmosphere. Not good. And then the rest of them, unfortunately, are, I can sort of make them habitable, but they won't have the maximum habitability, and so my people's happiness would suffer. But they're all like, tundra worlds and savannas and deserts and icy worlds and things like that. And so we need a little bit of extra technology to make them have maximum habitability. Meanwhile, in the political landscape of the galaxy, the autocracy of Nur has guaranteed the independence of the dynasty of Kregux. This is not a super huge concern for me at the moment. They're kind of far away, and I think the autocracy of Nur is basically neutral to me. Kregux, I think, is at least a little bit friendly. But I don't have a beef with either of these empires, so I'm not really worried about this, but it is something to keep an eye on. Our science ship has come up with something that is definitely beneficial to our society. They have discovered a organism that sort of groups into what they term as blankets, and these things are absorbing light, apparently. So I had the choice of finding out if it could improve energy production or trying to find a military use for this, and I chose energy production. And just days later, the scientists came up with a way to improve our solar cells. So I now have a 5% boost to all of my energy credit production, which is cool. And time went on.
established.
And the colony was established. Again, not a great world. It just had a type of atmosphere that was fairly hospitable to us, but you can see that it's not going to be great. It's not very big. There won't be much mineral production or any type of production, but we do have colonists out there now, an official colony. And I decided to upgrade 2 of my spaceports to the point where I could build destroyers. This one at Nikor Prime. This is where most of my defensive battles took place in that war with the Derp Coalition. And then I decided to go ahead and do the same thing over here on the spaceport over Haven. I think I'm going to start building another fleet of ships and hopefully send them against the hostile crystalline entities, which are kind of blocking my expansion over on the other side of my space. But for now, I'm just doing the upgrades here. Well, we had the opportunity to elect a new ruler, and I was looking at the unrest stat. I was trying to decrease unrest, and so I wasn't paying close enough attention to the ruler's age, and consequently, when they were elected, they died immediately, and I mean immediately. On the day they took office, they died. So I had to appoint a new temporary leader and have a whole new election, which of course, all of which is eating into my influence. I think at one point I had maximum influence, but now I'm getting fairly low, and so hopefully that's not going to become a problem anytime soon, or at all really. But I did go ahead and choose a temporary leader that will boost all of my science output, so for a little while we will get a bonus out of that. And I think that will about do it for this episode here. Nothing super exciting has happened. We have a new colony and everything, so that's cool.
Construction complete.
And our spaceports are being upgraded, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here. We will pick it up right here in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.